whichever. I'll just cut off the I'll just have it. This shit is retarded, man. I don't know what's going on
Yeah,
with Facebook.
I can't even hear you.
You can't even hear me? All right, let me see something. Let me do it again. Hold on, y'all.
Yeah, Quan. Now it sounds good.
All right, cool. Let me take these off. What's good, y'all? How y'all holding up, man? We
Man, bro,
I'm down in Florida, y'all. I got my beard wolfing. I forgot my pick. Everything, man. What's good though? How y'all holding up for the holidays, man?
where in Florida are you?
A little spot outside of Tampa called Wesley Chapel at my wife's parents' house.
Oh,
This
okay.
my this is definitely the relaxed spot, man.
Hell yeah.
Willie
Dude,
Young is good. Willie, Ed, everybody who's commenting, man, I can't respond to each one because they popping up fast, but me and Bobby want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that good stuff. Wanted to kick it with y'all for a little bit before we went to before the game started this Sunday and before the Christmas holiday roll around.
bro, so like I was saying in the live, the initial one I just did, waiting for you, I was talking about how there's when we went into this, there wasn't much to we went into the talking about the game, but now there's not
Mm-hmm.
much to really unpack because we're basically looking towards the future, and I think that's a more productive conversation to be had right now. Is
Yeah,
where
definitely.
it's headed. Um,
Um, you wanna jump on that?
yeah, I did write a bunch of questions that I want to get to and ask you, and we can go over. But one thing we could talk about the last game is I think I've personally seen enough of Mike Lennon.
Yeah, I think we've all you know what's crazy though, like you never thought coming into the season like that the backup would be so important this year. But that guy, but again, this is another bad move on the Giants' part. That was a stupid hire because this organization had all the paperwork that they needed, all the background check that they needed, and they knew that it wouldn't work out. That's the same thing that was going on with Mike Glennon. You had all the background to know that if you needed him to play, that he has not won much in this league. And to think that he could win you 2 or 3 games if your starter went down was absolute asinine. Terrible signing. Absolute terrible
Yeah,
signing.
I agree. I mean, I don't know what it's going to take to Gettleman can't evaluate talent.
At all.
He's been
At all.
absolutely atrocious.
At all,
Um,
bro.
you know, so we obviously, with Daniel Jones now confirmed out for the season.
Mm-hmm.
You I think what I mean, what he should say and what the fans want him to say is that the best guy is going to win that job, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
whoever it is, who because they have no idea if a quarterback falls to them in the second round that they have, you never know. So the fact that he said that, I think is asinine, and I think we have a huge problem because we have, I feel, guys in spots on this roster, on this coaching staff, and in the front office that is wrong across the board.
Across the board. So I watched the video at the airport when we got in yesterday. Actually, when we got off the plane, as soon as I landed, the alert starts going off, and I got to look back in my inbox. But one of the guys had tagged me and also sent me the video to my inbox and was like, "Take a look at it." So it's about a 30-minute video about how bad the Giants organization is and why they're so bad, and they have family members in places where other teams have real football people in that place. They have family, nieces and nephews making business and football decisions and wonder why we can't evaluate talent. Like it's bad, bro. It's bad. I'm a, soon as we hang up, I'll forward you the video or whatever. You can go through. But it makes you look at this Giants organization in a total different light, to a point where the two Super Bowls that we recently won, I can honestly say they were done by mistake. Those weren't done on purpose. That's how bad this franchise is.
Oh yeah, I mean we kind of, I mean we got lucky, with that. What's it gonna take? Like when is this gonna end? I mean,
Mara,
I don't see
Mara has to
it
go.
ending anytime soon. Yeah.
It's not, because again, Kevin Abrams, they're gonna hire. Do not be fooled. The Giants are not going outside the organization for the GM spot. They didn't do it with Jerry Reese. They didn't do it with Dave Gettleman. They're gonna do it with Kevin Abrams now, because it's gonna be, he's been here long enough. We feel he's deserved the job. We are going to be in hell for a long time. And I would be shocked if it's not another 10 years. I'll be shocked.
Okay. No, I agree. I personally don't have the ability to base an opinion off of this guy, because I don't know what he has been, like what he's about, like what his mindset is.
Who,
I've
Kevin
heard he's
Abrams?
just another Gettleman.
No, he's
Yeah.
100% another Gettleman. 100% another Gettleman. He and Gettleman have been 100% responsible for all the garbage that's been going on, because the other two that's back here evaluating talent. So there you go.
Yeah,
We
it makes
legit
you
have
wonder.
5 good players on this football team. 5. That's how bad and I'm not going to sit here. I'm going to say 6. I want to say 5 that I would keep and build around, but we have 6 legit good players. Again, you know how I feel about 99. I don't feel as though he's worth the contract, but he's not a scrub. Like, we can be honest and say he's not a scrub.
Yeah, overpaid,
McKinney,
but
overpaid, but he's not a scrub. You understand, the man can play football. So you got him, you got McKinney, um, you got Thomas, and Thomas is legit the only offensive player I would keep. Legit. From the 11 starters, Thomas is the only offensive player worth anything. And I mean, I'm talking about Barkley. I'm talking about Danny Jones. I'm talking about Sterling Shepard.
Tony.
None of those guys. I would keep none of those guys other than Thomas. Thomas is the only offensive player that I trust, and that's sad.
I think I agree with you. I think I'm probably keeping Tony just to maybe that this
Tony,
isn't an
I'm
injury-prone
sorry.
guy.
I'm sorry. Completely forgot about him. Again, to me personally, a wasted pick. Didn't need it. It was a stretch. It was a reach when you have Michael Parsons and you had so many other players who could have helped you. And a lot of Giants fans, they get enamored by a quick shake here, a quick shake there. And it's just like, when we get players, we overvalue those players. Like, oh, he's so good, he's this and this. He's having no impact on the games. You got a guy like Michael Parsons who's having a humongous. Dallas defense is better because he's on the football field. Do you understand? That's the kind of
Yeah.
impact we need
All
in
those
players.
players know it too.
Yeah, we don't need players that's constantly. The dude has been. How many games Tony's played this year? 3. No, let's say a full game. He hasn't played one full game. In every game he's played in, he's been hurt. Come on, man. It's a waste of pick, bro. We got a nice kid. Nice kid, I'm guessing. Electric. But health-wise, we probably got another Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, and that's what people say that happened with him in the collegiate level, is that when they saw him play, he showed flashes, but he was always injured.
We love drafting players that show flashes. Oh, we love it. We love it.
So here's an issue, a huge issue I have, and I think you're on the same page. Is one of my first question is, why have guys like Solder and Glennon getting the nod, to play when you're basically in the beginning of a rebuild, because that's where we're at, and when you have guys like Matt Pert, who's young, and a guy like Jake Fromm, who you don't know where he's at, but you tell the media that he knows the playbook, and then you give the nod to Glennon, and he goes out and is piss poor for 4 quarters of football. Terrible.
And it's been about 3 straight games.
Yeah, he's not good, and it just makes me wonder. And I saw you bring up the point that the reason why he's getting they wanted to give him the start is because they don't want a quarterback controversy.
They don't want it.
Season.
They don't want it because the quarterback controversy. If this kid goes out there, and I'm not listening, let me make it very clear to y'all, man. In no way, shape, or form am I saying that this kid is the future. In no way, shape, or form am I saying he's going to lead the Giants anywhere. But what I am saying is, if you got a guy who's young enough and you see potential, give him a shot. You understand? Just give him a chance, see what he can do. And this is what they should have been doing instead of playing Glennon. This is the same thing of when we benched Eli and played Geno. We knew Geno was not the future. Why are you, when you're clearly not going anywhere, why are you playing a guy that's not going to, that doesn't matter if we put up wins or losses? We're not going anywhere. Why don't you see what the kid had? They don't want to see what the kid had because if he comes out and he comes out good, it's gonna cause, and Danny Jones doesn't have a lot of fans out here anyway from the way he's been playing. It's going to cause a quarterback controversy, and then they got to deal with the fact that they've already committed to Danny Jones, and they don't want to have to answer those questions. So, what do? You put the kid in there, 2 or 3 games left, and it really means nothing. Judge has already said Danny Jones is his quarterback. So, between Judge coming back, Danny Jones being a quarterback, and you getting another Gettleman 2.0, we're going to be, I promise you, we're going to be in the same position next year. I promise you.
I know. So that's where I'm at. So if that's what, what's going to be the deciding thing, that how 2022 starts with Judge as the head coach and DJ as the quarterback, then during that offseason somewhere, they need to bring in a veteran, a guy that, like a Marcus Mariota or a Tyrod Taylor.
They're not going to bring in anybody. They're not going to bring in any name that when Danny starts playing like shit, they can no longer justify keeping him in there when they have a backup that's capable. They're going to do the same thing they did with Eli. The last time when Eli had a capable backup, the one year that he played really good, which was 2011, David Carr was the backup. Before then, you tell me one time Eli had a capable backup. There was nobody and people, let's not sit here and act like, other than 2011, that was Eli's best year in the NFL. Eli's career was like this all the way, up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
So there was no point of, other than his last name being Manning, that he shouldn't have had a quarterback. There was sometimes Eli needed some pushing too. You understand? But this dude, Danny Jones, needs all kinds of pushing. There literally needs to be somebody there that can take his job if he's playing like shit.
I agree. I think that Eli has that, was comfortable in that spot because of those Super Bowls, right? The fluky Super Bowls, it is what it is. But I think that I don't think DJ has the ability or has shown anything that we could be comfortable in just being like, yeah, we're going to bring in a cheap quarterback that, makes nothing a year to back you up, It doesn't make any sense to me.
He can't stay healthy. He can't read a defense. And I'm starting to wonder if he even understands the nuances of football, because why every time he runs and a defender's coming, he decides to drop his shoulder, drop his head? What are you doing? Slide. Why do you keep taking defenders on head first? What is wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't know why he does that.
He literally hits the hole harder than Barkley.
I know, bro. I know, right? I know when you got your quarterback, running over Grady Jarrett, and Saquon's getting, tripped up in the backfield by young guys.
While the quarterback is hitting the holes.
Yeah. I got another question. Have you seen anything different since the Jason Garrett firing and play calling?
No, it's gotten worse. It's gotten worse. It's legit. It's legit. At least with Garrett, we was getting one touchdown, maybe. This dude, we ain't getting nothing but field goals. And listen, I don't count them garbage ass touchdowns we scored late against whoever it is we played last.
Yeah, it was all a prevent defense, but that, so that's why a lot of people are saying like, oh, you can't really judge anything from Jake Fromm, but that's the position he was put in. What are you supposed to do, No, I agree. I haven't seen anything really different.
Worse.
It looks the same. Yeah.
No, it looks worse. they just, I don't know, man. It's so much wrong that you can't even, just can't pinpoint one thing, but it looks bad, man. It's
That
been bad.
with this entire organization, that's how it is. You can't think because it's
And I feel like the only team over the Judge era that we've been able to score on and look like a decent offense has been the Washington. That was literally the think about it. Week 2 was the last time we put up damn near 30 points, and in the duration of him being here, that's been the only team we can move the ball on. Other than that, everything's
yeah,
been a struggle.
yeah, it has. Now, who do you see? Who would you bring in as an offensive or and defensive? Or is
It
Patrick Graham
depends
getting
on,
is saying I
and I don't listen. Let me tell you something. I don't know why he's so bulletproof, because I'll give his defense credit during the Chiefs game, and I'll give his defense credit the last game against the Cowboys. Although the Cowboys defense has been sputtering the last few weeks, so they haven't been clicking. But I will give a defense credit when your offense turns over the ball 5 times and you only give up 21 points.
yeah I
Yeah,
know
I
yeah
got it. I got it. But I don't know how he's a defense that cannot get off. Like, I hear people saying, well, the defense is tired, because no, this defense is not tired because of the offense. This defense is tired because they are god pissed awful on third downs. This is the We have to be the best defense in the league on first and second down. But when third down
I
rolls
know
around,
it's
and
crazy.
anybody
I
that
know
can't
it was
see
like this
that, I
last
don't know.
year.
Anybody that don't see that don't want to see it. You understand what I'm saying? They're looking for something that, and don't listen. I'm not defending this offense. Trust me when I tell you. But this defense is just as bad as this offense. They can't tackle. They don't rush the passer. They can't stop the run. Every time a team gets the ball, they're usually in a range to score some kind of points, whether it's a touchdown or whether it's a field goal. Defense can't get off the field on third down. They can't do anything, bro. And I don't know how he still has a job.
The run stopping is awful.
It's
I think I saw it was
awful.
97, 98, and 99 are worthless against the run, is what you said. Is that you?
Yeah,
It's just,
worthless.
they're just
Worthless.
absolutely terrible. And and the linebacker. I mean,
They don't fill
what I
holes.
the secondary has been, I feel like, above average
For
for
what they
not
have to put
having,
up with. Yes.
yeah, no
Yes.
pass rush. You can't cover somebody forever. Um, so I mean, I think we got a stud in McKinney. I think that's the piece. We have some guys on that. I love Roche.
Hmm.
Um, Ojolari. But we need a guy that can just get after it. And there's two guys in this draft that really stick out to me. One is obviously Kayvon Thibodeau. I don't know if you watch college football,
No,
but
not
the
at all.
other is Aiden Hutchinson,
Where's he
and
from?
Michigan, I believe.
Hmm.
And
Oh,
bro,
the defensive end, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
okay.
uh he's nasty, bro. He's a bully, and he he plays angry, and dude, this fan base would absolutely love this guy if he
Well,
got
if
here.
it's
'Cause he,
somebody that the fan base would love, we're not drafting them.
yeah,
That's
well,
just how we are.
we'll probably draft another receiver.
We probably
Um,
gonna draft a kicker and try to make him into a tight end, because that's what we do. We 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 need, for case in point, we need a center, but we'll draft a tackle and say we seen his ability in college. We feel as though he's better fit as a center. If you want a fucking center, draft a fucking center. If you want a tackle, don't draft the center and try to make him a tackle. Don't draft a defensive lineman and try to make him a linebacker. Like, Jesus Christ, it's not that difficult, bro.
I know, and it's mind blowing that the thought process that Gettleman and company has had throughout this entire debacle. Like, it's how do you fail so as badly as they have? It's almost like it's impressive
I'm
because
telling
it's
you, I'm
like
gonna send you the video.
look,
You will see how they felt this bad. It breaks down everything, and it's not just about Gettleman. One video is completely about Gettleman, how he's been lying every step of the way, and the other video is about the organization, and it covers a lot of Mara's time of being the owner and why we are who we are, bro. We're bad, bro. We're bad. And when I think about it, right? You remember the 2017 that went to the Super Bowl?
Of course.
What up, Frank? That team was built by Ernie Accorsier. I don't care how many people want to give Reese credit for that. Um, it is not, those two Super Bowls were not on Reese. The 2011 Super Bowl, we still had, I believe, 13 players from the previous Super Bowl. So we still had a lot of holdovers. And it might even been more than 13, but we had a lot of holdovers from that, from that previous Super Bowl. Ernie Accorsier was the GM hired by Mara's daddy. So the GMs that Mara has hired and put in place because they were with the organization, they all have failed. Do you understand? They have all failed.
You're talking the son, the one that's there now.
Yeah, the one that's there now, though, since
son.
he has been the owner, the GMs that he's hired, we have failed miserably. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Oh yeah.
Failed.
No, yeah. Now, so we're just gonna go do this all over again, right? And we're gonna bring in a guy
That's what I
that
see coming
we
because
can
he keeps.
compare.
That's what I see coming out. He's like the dude that just keep jumping head first into a pool that ain't got no water.
Yeah. um. Let's talk about the Pro Bowl. Was there anyone that you thought got snubbed?
From our team, I can't say stub because of our record.
Yeah.
The reality is, no matter how good you play, when your team is as bad as we are, you look bad. You understand? Although there's 5 players, me and you like six, 7 at the most. One could say because of how bad we are, none of them are expendable. You understand? There are none of them who should be safe with coming back next year because we're that bad. So because of how bad we were, I can't even say anybody was snubbed. I really can't.
I wouldn't say snubbed, but I thought McKinney was it. I
He's
thought he
the
was going to be
only,
doing, but
again, I don't think he was snubbed because of our record and how bad we are and how bad that defense is. But he's legit the only player that I can honestly say should go if anybody could go. Only
it still
player.
blows my mind. What last year that Evan Ingram made it? Man, it's so crazy. Man. Um. Now I got a
That's
question.
because
Will
everybody was
Logan
high off
Ryan
of
be
COVID
back?
medicine. Who?
Yeah. Logan Ryan, will he be back next season?
I don't think you. I don't know what's the big deal of bringing. Like, nice guy, team guy, always has the right thing to say, always positive. But is he really that good? Like, all joking aside, with him being there, what impact does it have on the game?
I don't think
None. So
no.
you can move on. Like, I personally think the 2 weeks that he wasn't there, and I'm not blaming him for anything. I think that Julian Love, played his business pretty well.
That was the next thing I was going to say to you is that I think Julian Love is going to be the guy, but I do like having Julian Love as like that kind of utility piece. But I think he's played well enough to get that gig now.
I think Logan Ryan will be back next year due to the fact of money issues, because I don't think the Giants want to constantly keep carrying dead money.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot that I think that there's gonna be some cap room that we're gonna have to cut Nate Solder, right?
They can cut him today. Like, why wait? Get rid of
I don't know.
Please, I'll pay them to let him go.
Right?
If they was like, listen, it's gonna cost us this much, we could all start a GoFundMe. Get him the fuck out of here.
Imagine the first guy that gets. Yeah, we give him the money to get rid of that dude. Yeah, no, I'm sick of him. I mean, I don't think Matt Pert's the guy, but it really kills me that we're not giving reps to guys like that.
I don't think he's the guy either, but you don't know nothing unless you play him. We see that, and that's the issue. That's what's killing me about this team. If we were still in the playoff hunt or any kind of hunt where we still had a winning record, right, and we were like, we got to play the people that we feel comfortable with that will help us win because we're in a position of winning. But once it becomes we're no longer good, we're not even competitive. Let some of these fucking guys play and see what you have, bro. Do you understand? It's ridiculous, man.
Now, we know that we're not going to make a move at the quarterback position, but how would you feel if we gave up 2 first-round picks and something else to grab Russ Wilson?
Dude, anything that had, listen, anything that puts us in a better position at quarterback next year. I don't give a fuck what it is. We're that. I like Danny Jones as a kid. I met the guy personally. I think he hustles. I think he plays hard. I think I 100%, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I think when Danny Jones is on the football field, he gives you every fucking thing he has. I don't think he's out there slacking. I don't think he's out there bullshitting. But at the end of the day, what he has isn't good enough. That's the best way I can put it.
It factor.
That's the best way I can put it.
There's like that position is such an interesting position because it's like you can be a guy like Tom Brady come into the league with like a dad bod, and you have the mindset to do the job better than a guy that's completely fit and like a an athlete, and it doesn't matter because when it comes down to it, that position relies a ton on your decision making ability. There's so many little things that goes into that. That's why it frustrates me that we didn't see Jake Fromm start that game. It took till 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter for him to get a drive, and then he goes down the field, and he's throwing these. If you look up what this guy, like the reason why this guy fell was because he basically, they say he has a noodle for an arm, right? Like he doesn't have a cannon. But like I say, I would rather have a guy that can make the right decisions that has a noodle for an arm than a guy with a cannon that can't make the right decisions.
And what does that mean? Like when they say that shit, somebody wants to join in. Barry wants to join in. I think I'm gonna let him join in 2 seconds. Barry, we're gonna let you join in right after this point. Jump in, ask your question, we'll answer it. Maybe we could do that and let a few people in a row, each person come in and ask their question real quick and answer and move on. But
that would be dope.
Just give us 1 second, Barry. What does it mean when what the fuck does that mean? He has an oodle for arm. I don't give a fuck what kind of arm he has. When the receiver is open, can he hit him? That's all that matters. Like they kill, and that's where they get a lot of. This is why a lot of teams get players draft picks wrong, because you're sitting there looking at them at the combine and this guy can do this, and what about his intelligence on the football field? What about when there's 7 men blitzing at him and one of his offensive linemen fall or get bowled open and somebody that's coming to smack him dead in his chest? What decisions does he make then? His arm ain't got nothing to do with that. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't give a shit about the arm.
Absolutely,
you understand?
I'm with you on that. I don't. If a quarterback can get the job done, then he's shown he played in some big games and completely lit it up. But he also did go on some, like he had 5 straight games with 50% or less completion percentage. What's up, Barry?
Barry, what's good? What's good?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing? How y'all doing, man?
We all right, brother. What you want to add?
Merry Xmas to y'all, both of y'all cats.
Thank you,
brother. Yeah, like I celebrated. I tell you what, man. Like, it's been so frustrating, man, these past 10 years as a Giants fan, man. Like, I can't do it no more, man. I didn't, like, just watching the game nowadays, man, it's just so depressing right now, man. It's depressing, man. I'm with you there, Quan. Every day, man. Like, we done had so many turnovers, so many changes. Remember that 2016 team with Odell and who was on that team? Odell, Eli, when Eli was on his last leg. Jackrabbit, Eli, Dominic Rogers-Cromartie, Stacks Harrison. I really thought that team had potential, man.
And they didn't.
outside of the last Super Bowl team 10 years ago, but everything just fell apart after that, man.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened. It's just the coaching is shit.
Nah,
Sorry for my
I'm gonna
language.
tell you what happened with that team, Barry. And I'm about to break some Eli fans' hearts. The 2016 team, all joking aside, the records say we were good at 11-5, but if you go back and you really watch those games, we were an Odell Beckham big play defense stopping the other offense team. Odell Beckham would break off a big play, 70, 80 yards, we'll get a touchdown. We scored just enough for our defense to go out there and stop them. Eli wasn't good that year. And what happened is in 2017, when teams understood how we were beating them, they were now doubling Odell, and Eli couldn't go anywhere with the ball. And our defense couldn't stop anybody all of a sudden. And teams figured us out. The reality is, I hate to blame it all on one man, and I'm not, but the majority of the problem then is the same problem we're having now. Quarterback wasn't good at that time.
Straight up. Eli, when you want to be honest, Eli declined like maybe after 2013. You started to see a noticeable decline in his play after 2013, man.
0-6. 2013, we started off 0-6, right?
Right.
There you go. That was his decline year right there.
And it wasn't until Odell came a year later, he kind of started getting his stats up because Odell's that talented.
Yeah, and
he masked a lot. He masked. Right.
Yeah,
he masked the whole
football field. It was a slant hit to Odell or a button hook that Odell would take 60, 70 yards. So
Right. And it was Odell was so good, you know, he masked some of Eli's flaws, man.
Yes, sir.
You know, he masked them. What's up?
So what do you as the first thing that needs to make this organization better and turn this team around? What do you think is the first thing that we need to do? What's the priority? What's the high?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, we've been so bad, right? So atrocious, so terrible that I don't even know where to start.
Yo, that's
it's too many leaks, so bad for so long, man. Leaks. Yeah,
it's the front office, the general manager, the scouts, the coaches, the position coaches, the players,
everything,
the offense.
Yes, everything is bad, man. Everything is bad. Yes. And the only reason we win games, is because the other team made a mistake.
Yeah.
Or the other team is just as bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't even know where to start.
Definitely. Barry, thank you for jumping on real quick, bro. We're going to try to get a few more people in.
Mary,
I'll be listening, bro.
Good thing.
So I like this content, man. I'm going to hit me up.
All right, Barry. Thank you, bro.
All right. Later, bro.
All right. Later.
All right. So,
I'm gonna bring in Mark real quick.
All right, yep, let's do it. Let's keep doing this. I like this. Yeah, bro.
Mark, what's good, Playboy?
What's good, Quan? Sorry I didn't get up to meet with you in Miami, man. I tried.
That's all good, brother.
What's up, B? What's good, B?
How you holding up?
What up, bro?
And all I can say is they have to change the whole concept, the whole way of thinking of this. So regular. The defense is regular. The offense is regular. You know, they try to put blame on Odell on some things. Yeah, he did some stuff, but you know what? He was the only thing that made us excited. We haven't had an exciting offense. I don't know how.
Hey, Eddie, hold on one second. Eddie, don't hang up, Eddie. As soon as Mark finish up, we're gonna pull you on, Big E.
You know, they have to change the whole concept. We have to just change the whole.
Robert, what's good, big man?
On defense, offense, you know, our way of the Giants' way of thinking has been the same since the 80s.
Since the 80s. It might go back to the 70s, man.
Man, the same. The offense is bland, run. Okay, now we pass. You know, and it's so pathetic, man. And then I'm a diehard
Mark, is this not the worst offense you've seen? I say that. I even say it's worse than the Dave Brown era because in the Dave Brown era, the rules of the game wasn't meant for you to score points. You understand that you were able to